very high price, it will definitely correct itself, right? There will be a little correction in the market because now the tussle between buyers and sellers. The safest thing is even allowing the market to correct itself. So, like last week, Ahmed Exum was telling us, like he said, he wasn't going to do anything at that top, because anything happening at that top is a risk, right? Because it's already overbought. If it gets to that level, it will definitely need correction, and that was what happened. And I believe that the news, the fundamental backing it, just aided the technical happening. What was the fundamental? Trump was now trying to impose like 100% tariffs on China. Of course, we know that those things move the markets. Okay, so if that's what's happening right now, you as a trader, you need to just react to the market. There should be no sentiments in this market. If market is giving me signals for sales, I should ordinarily start looking for sales and react to the market. If market is giving me buy setups, I should just react and take the buys and go with the waves of this market. That's how it should be, my guys. Do not ever feel like because you have sentiments or because you are attached to a particular pair, that pair is just going to be respecting you all the way. To just keep. The reason why a lot of people are trading gold now is because gold is fundamentally bullish. Okay, so no matter how many losses you take, you know that if you come back the next day, markets may just start going up again, and you catch your buy. You keep catching your buys as much as you want to catch, right? If you are active and you're consistent, you will catch a lot of good setups, right, on gold. And if you have a good account, okay? But BTC is not like that. BTC is highly volatile, like in certain directions. Even if it's overall bullish, it usually has a lot of corrections. It usually builds up a lot of liquidity and stuff like that. It usually comes back to some levels, some zones, and retests those zones and those areas, right? So one of the things I'm going to urge a lot of you guys to do is that you need to do a lot of back and forth testing. A lot of back and forth testing would be nice, okay? Especially if you want to trade one pair. You need to understand the market behavior of that pair. This is not the first time that BTC is correcting. In fact, if we show you guys data, if we go back, let me even go to like the weekly data so you guys will see something. Let me take this guy out of the way. If we go to the weekly data, right? If you look very well, let's look very well. You can imagine what happened here. This was November 2021, right? Before the bull run. Now, this was what was happening, right? This was about, let's talk about October. Good. September, October. Then there was this rally to this point that created an all-time high before November. But see what happened in between there. Just look at what happened. There was a mild correction in between. There was a mild correction. And after that correction, remember, this is a weekly time frame, meaning each candlestick we're looking at here takes about 1 week, right, to open and close. So you can imagine that massive correction, like how many weeks? Look at that, 1, 2, 3 weeks of market dumping before this massive move. And that's the same thing that we're hoping is going to happen here. If this market keeps on going up like that, trust me, even investors will be afraid, except for investors like Michael Saylor, who keep buying no matter what. He keeps buying the premium price. He keeps buying those premium prices, right? But you and I, these, what they call us, the small investors, small-time investors, we will definitely keep what? We will just keep an eye out, checking what the market is going to do. We will stay out of the market. But this is the best time to buy, my guy. Imagine somebody who saw this on the weekly time frame or even on the daily time frame. You could have seen a very nice setup. This was a good buy setup, you see, for those swing traders, because they knew that a correction would definitely happen. Now, let me even show you guys something very clearly. Just imagine this move. A very good swing trader understands, and that is even using SMC. He already understands that market will most likely target this liquidity. And look at that. We can connect these two levels here. Do we have fair value gap? Do we have liquidity? Absolutely. Look at that. Look at that. So this is the person on a daily time frame that sees the overall picture that you don't see when you're trading those your 10, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. That's why markets will use you as liquidity, right? You're busy in those tiny time frames expecting the market to keep respecting those little moves. but you're not seeing the overall picture. If you had taken a look, if you had just done a little due diligence to check like 1 hour, 5 hours, 4 hours daily, weekly, you could have seen that market was actually going to return to a zone because there was liquidity there. And some of us here saw those things. This guy is not here, right? What do you call him? What do you call that guy? What's his name again? XM trader. The guy is actually very observant like that. He already saw this level. How many of you saw this, please? Be honest, do not lie. Be very honest, don't lie. As soon as market failed to like break this high properly, it was always going to dump. How many of you saw this? It was at an overbought level. It took out this liquidity. This is what they call the liquidity sweep. And look at what happened. How many of you saw this move now? Don't lie, please. I need some people to talk now. Don't lie. You.
I saw that, sir.
You saw it, Abi? So
Yes,
did you
sir.
take it?
And yes, and if you go to the 1 month time frame, but you see that there's also a little fair value gap under.
Again, so you're even expecting to sell higher. That's what you're saying. And to sell lower, sorry.
It might still go down.
Okay.
So if we are going to buy, but the buy will not be that long, maybe a little short buy.
Well, of course, this is a zone. So this point here, this 94K is still like a zone, right? For market to respect. That is, of course, the market will. You know what? See, let me tell you what these guys are doing. These guys will always manipulate the small retail traders out of the markets before every major move. So what they're trying to do is shake out and shake off all the retail traders, right? They want to shake every one of you off so that you'll be afraid to buy BTC. And then what would they do? By the time they sell it to this point or so, a lot of them will buy the dip and then take more positions on BTC. So when a lot of investors are afraid, a lot of small-time retail investors are afraid, that's when you should be buying. You know, buy the fear, sell the greed. Buy. Let me even check the fear and greed index for you guys. This is something. Let me look at it for today. Let's look at it. Can you see 35? Meaning that a lot of them, as of yesterday, it was 27. So a lot of people had already bought this dip. Like people are buying this dip. Let me even show you guys one of these platforms that I just recently stumbled on. Let me look for that platform. Sorry guys. Okay, I have it here. Let me look for that platform quickly, guys. Is it this guy? So this just helps you guys with some fundamentals, right? I'm trying to like build some fundamentals into your mind so you guys can practice with these things. Learn. Make sure you have a lot of. Can you see? Bitcoin withdrawal continues with what? Decentralized exchange net outflow of what? 2,167 BTC. Can you see that people are selling? And this is based on CoinGlass. Now let's go to CoinGlass. I believe I have CoinGlass somewhere here. I have Coin Analyze. Is there coin? Where's my CoinGlass? Okay, this is it. Right? So this is what I'm doing for you guys for free. I'm teaching you guys how to just visit markets and see what's really happening inside markets. Understand fundamentals. I always teach my students, even the ones in my advanced classes, I always teach them that trading is not just about your strategy. If you trade with only strategy, I don't want to call you a fool, but that's what you'll be doing. It's like driving a vehicle and you're only looking at one end of the mirror. You're not looking at the other side mirror. You're only focused on the driver's side mirror. You're not looking at the other side. And that's crazy because market is going to deal with you. Let's look at funding rate. Okay. All right, let me check. Let me see. Open interest. So we can see that all the small investors are afraid. See, it's very bearish. 1 hour, you see, all the bearish intentions in the market. Look at how many billions. Binance alone, there's 11 billion open interest. You want to short the market. Guess what? They will all be liquidity again, because by the time market rallies against them, it's going to use them as liquidity to fill those large orders of what? Smart money. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing about this market. Let me come to liquidation map. Look at that crazy stuff. See? $8 million. Anyways, liquidation today wasn't that bad now. Look at that. Anyways, so what I'm trying to explain to you guys is the fact that you need a lot of data. Don't just be a trader that is one-sided. There are so many things, there are so many sides to the market. I see a lot of you are good with technicals, but you don't understand how, fundamentals and can affect your market. You don't understand how ordinary trade management can affect you. You need to build up a better system. You cannot just restrict trading to just strategy. This one now is just your personal edge. At the end of the day, all of us will understand SMC, but we'll understand it at our various levels, right? The way it works for us. But don't stop there. Go the extra mile. Understand fundamentals, right? Understand trade management. That is, okay, if I'm making a 1-to-1, if I'm making a 1-to-2, what should I be doing? Okay, if I buy a spot bag, what should I be doing at this point? Where is my sentimental analysis? What should I understand? Okay, then you need to understand proper risk management. That's why you don't go all in. And guess what? Before yesterday or so, when that thing happened, I had sent a post, right? I believe that you guys, some of you had seen that post. I don't know why a lot of you are not active on this community. I always try to advise people, right? I always advise a lot of you. Just see what happened. I sent a post before that dump. Where is that post? So, look at it. See, 10 a.m. Hello, guys. Please confirm you can see what I'm showing you. 10 a.m., Abi.
Yes,
9th
sir.
of October.
Yes,
when was that? You saw the post, Abi? On Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Thank you so much for confirming that. I told them, I said, markets will be volatile as we approach the end of the year. Do your research. So don't go all in now. Save some funds for December life and January life. I said to people like, they've not bought their Lambo yet. They've not bought their BM yet. So I hope, is he still on the call? He's not even here anymore. You're like, man, they need to buy their Lambo. They need to buy their Ferrari now. I'm like, no, you guys don't get it. This is when BTC investors are now going to start manipulating the markets. A lot of investors, those big investors want to cash out very well in December. Trust me, these guys are looking at making like $100 million from the markets, and you only have like $100. You want to make $1,000. What is your $1,000 inside your $100 million? Do you understand? What is that $1,000 inside $100 million? That's like small money. Like you can't even compare. It's not even, you don't even fit compare, like compete, or do you understand me? So you need to understand this market very well. Very, very well. Okay, we're looking at data. So you can see, based on sentimental analysis, you can see the fear is there. Fear is there. So when there is fear, small investors run away from the markets. And big investors do what? They buy positions. They buy more positions. You can see the exchange, what they call it now, the open interest we saw on the exchanges. You can see people selling their Bitcoin. See people selling their BTC. They are afraid. You now, if you want to invest, go and buy BTC now at a cheaper price. Because this might be the cheapest that BTC will ever be. Do you get me, guys? This might be the cheapest that BTC will ever be. So you need to make up your mind that if you're going in, at least make some investments. Buy BTC and hold it in your wallet. Don't just be a trader. Be a wise investor. We're talking about a digital store of value. We're talking about digital gold. Trust me, my guys, a time will come when one BTC will be worth over $1 million. And I'm telling you, it might be soon. I'm telling you, if BTC rallies from where it is now, if it rallies, and it surely rallies, we're looking at like 150K, 200K. Now you think it's a high price. Until it gets there again, you think, do you know the funny thing? When it was at 20-something thousand, right? It was at 18K. Look here. It was somewhere here, 12K. People thought it was too high. When it got to 67K, people thought it was too high. It crashed to 16K. They still thought it was too high. It went all the way to 70K. They thought it was too high. Came to 48K, too high. 50K, too high. But your senators are buying. In fact, they're hiring people to advise them. When should I buy BTC? When should I, people like Ahmed XM will tell them, oh man, okay, go meet at the airport. Or, some people will call me, okay, what should we do? I'll say, calm down. Let the market come to, at least let it come down to a discount. Then buy it. And you guys are forgetting now that this is actually a discounted zone, right? This zone here is a discounted zone. That's discount. If you ask me, because market rallied all the way from here, bam, went up and gave us this high from this point. So that's like a valid low there, okay? And if I draw my fib, it's perfectly lined up. As a small scale investor that I am, very soon to be a very big investor, I saw somebody stole 61,000 BTC yesterday. I saw it and I was crazy. I was mad. Can you see? This was a very sharp pullback. Look at it. It came to the 0.786. That's the 78.6 percentile, which is a very good place to long the market, assuming you know how to trade higher time frames. I'm just like one of those people that will tell you that as much as we are day traders, always have some funds for swing trading, because swing traders are more profitable than what do you call them, than day traders or position traders or scalpers. Scalpers are the least profitable traders in the world based on general statistics. I'm not the one saying it. You can do your own research. Okay? So this was a very good discounted price. In fact, let me change my feed to premium and discount. Good. See, it came well below the 50 percentile, and you can see there was a good demand zone lined up with that level. Very fantastic. I don't know why I didn't even look out for this buy. See, I'm only looking at it now on this call. I don't do any weekend trading, but yesterday I could have, maybe I could have. I just felt that it was Friday, so I stayed off the markets because I understand what market manipulation is and how real it can be. So I need you guys to ask me questions. Well, I'm seeing all 23 of you on the call. Thank you so much, right? Thank you for being part of the call. But look at this, right? I've taught you guys, I have a particular trading system. Number one, I reduce my POIs. I don't look at every POI. I reduce the noise. Come to the higher time frame. Look at what's happening. Is there a mitigation here? Then what do? You either go to 1 hour or 15 minutes. But you can see on this particular one, the market just strictly gave us a very sharp, in fact, some people have even caught a very nice trade here just by entering and risking. Let's say you did like one lot on this. By now, you'd have made thousands of dollars just with this little move. Okay? And now I'll be waiting for the market to come back towards this week before I look for another long. Except the market goes above to break a high, a very good high there. Then I'll be able to trade this market. But for now, it's still looking pretty much bearish. But let me tell you what you guys could have done. Let me remove all of this so you guys will understand something. Market was busy giving confirmations for sales. Now look at this. Just imagine this. If you had locked in and you had watched this market, let me even look at it on a 2-hour time frame. See? First and foremost, look, market gave a very swift confirmation here. That was what? An OB here. Bam. Market tapped it. Let's keep it like this. Tapped it for a sell. Another one happened here when market broke this structure. See? Downwards. Did it give us any confirmation for a sell? Yes, it did. Now, let me go. Look at this. This is what? On the 30-minute time frame. I can even use 45 minutes if I wish. it's still going to show me something. Look at that. So now this mitigated that zone from the 1 hour, right? Or or the 2 hour. Now there's a fresh zone. The market not mitigated. Look at that. Bam. Before coming down. And when it was coming down again, there was a zone here. Now let's check it if that zone is clear to us. Look at it. Look at clean zone here. The market respects it. Yes. That decisional OB was the zone. Let me even check. There was a breakout block somewhere there on 5 minutes, right? Look at it. 5-minute time frame. Look at the block here. Anybody who took this trade would have been smart enough. Look at that. Was there liquidity? Yes. Was there fair value gap? Yes. So that market gave us all the confirmations we could have ever looked for, right? Even though I didn't take it because at that point in time, I was even looking, I think I was even driving at this point. I was driving home from work. Okay, so I couldn't have seen it, but imagine if I had stayed on my system, I could have caught very, very nice setups. Very, very nice setups here. Okay, so before the market does anything, it will give confirmations. When you don't see those confirmations on the higher time frame, just refine to the lower time frame and check it. Why would we have caught a sell from that higher time frame? Now let me show you. We could have caught a sell because market recently took out a high. It swept a high, and once market sweeps liquidity like this was a very sweet sweep. You know what a sweep of liquidity is? It means that the market is going to take all the stop losses above those highs. Okay? And after taking the stop losses, it will now reverse. Remember, a lot of people will be buying even at this premium. Some of those, what they call them now, all those retail traders, especially all these break and retest, they'll be wishing that once the market just takes this high, they will just enter for a buy, and then so all their stop losses are there. All their stop losses are there. A lot of people would have been selling as well. Market will just go manipulate their stop losses and then sell back down. But what's important is that it just went to take a recent high. After taking off that liquidity there, it was a range liquidity. It took that liquidity, it was bound to sell into this higher time frame POI. Whoever took this trade would be in profit now and just await the markets, Monday markets or Tuesday markets. To be honest, like you have the whole of October now to make up your mind if you want to make money or not. Now, this brings me to my next point. Why you're not making money is that your mindset is not in the right place. The reason you're not making money is that your mindset is not in the right place. What's the final thing here? Psychology. After I tell you this, I'll just close the call. The reason why a lot of you are not yet making money, you're not yet in that profit, it has happened to me. In fact, I got to a point where I had knowledge paralysis. I knew a lot of things. I still know a lot of things about the market, but I was not making money. I needed to take a break to be able to start from scratch, relearn a particular process and a system. After I learned that process and system, it became profitable to me. Do you understand me? So the reason why you are not where you are is that you don't believe in this thing, and you're not risking, you're not taking chances. You don't believe, you're not consistent. You don't believe and you're not consistent. You're not showing up every day. You don't believe in it enough. You need to believe in what you're doing and take the risk. What's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? That you blow an account, blow it, fail forward. Take those shots. Take every shot. The shots not taken are the shots that you miss for life. They are the opportunities you miss for life. Take all the shots you can, my guy. Take all those shots because those shots will be worth it in the end. The trade that will give you $100 today, or let me bring it down to a lot of our levels. The trade that will give you $20 today is the same trade that will give you $1,000 tomorrow, and the same trade that will give you $50,000 another day. That same A+ setup might be a stop loss. It might hit your stop loss. That same A+ setup will show up again another day and give you profits. But you need to take the shot. The moment you see it, take the shot. Apply proper risk management. Apply proper risk management. Take the shot. That's why I told you trading is not just about one thing. It's not one-sided. A lot of you just think about strategy. Okay, now you have a personal edge. Your strategy is you. Your personality works with your strategy and it becomes you. That is fine. You still need to peep into fundamentals, understand factors that affect the pairs you're trading outside that strategy. Meaning that you can have an A+ setup, but Trump is making an announcement, or China is making an announcement, or the president of Nigeria is trying to do something vital that could affect the markets. The next thing, how about when you begin to trade and you've applied your strategy, how do you manage your trades? First and foremost, are you quick to break even? Market has not gone to 1:2, hasn't given a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, and you're already breaking even. The market can easily reverse and take you out. And then what happens to you? You just be thinking, oh my God, I wish I didn't break even early. You're always breaking even early. Why? Because fundamentally, you still have the wrong mindset, which comes to psychology. All of these things have to do with psychology. Now, imagine risk management. Today, you're risking $20. Tomorrow, you're risking $50. Tomorrow, another day, you're risking $100. Your name is risky. Your middle name is risky. That is right. You're never going to be profitable trading like that. You have to build a system. And guess what will hold you through? Guess what will help you pull through? It is your discipline. You need to be disciplined to show up. Let me tell you something, right? If you show up every single day for the rest of, let's just say, 3 months, 2 months, let me not go too far. If you show up every day in this market, let's just say every weekday, because people like me, I don't trade on the weekends. Maybe I'll change it maybe one day will come where I'll trade on the weekends. But I know that the volumes in the market will come when the market opens on Monday, and then Tuesday markets are flourishing. Wednesday markets are better. Thursday markets, there's a rush because close of business will mean that a lot of businesses will shut down. And then Friday markets, everybody's trying to clean up their accounts for the week. So what am I doing with Saturday market? Saturday markets is for the lazy, all those people that are trying to get 1 or 2 just to withdraw some little money. It's not really moving anywhere. So volumes are during weekdays. So I already understand this fundamental. That's why I don't risk Saturday markets and Sunday markets. I can try Sunday night markets because that's when the markets open somewhere in Tokyo, somewhere in Sydney. Markets are opening. Big Fed up. You can shut down your camera, please. We don't need to see your face now. Brotherly. Big Brother. Your camera is on. Okay, no problem though. You could show, I don't know, whatever you're doing, just make sure that. All right, so what am I trying to say, guys? These are things that you need to build, and then you need to have patience. Now, apart from all these things I've written down, do not forget, the rock that holds them in place is discipline. You need what? Patience, right? And then you need what? Emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. That's the thing. Because a lot of you quickly give up. Just a little error in the market, one mistake, and your mind is already running all over the place. You're worried. Don't trade from the place of emotions. You never, the market has business with emotions. The market has business with emotions. When the market doesn't give them about that. Market doesn't care about your emotions. Market doesn't see you. Honestly, the market doesn't even know you are there. Even if you have 1 million now, you exist. What do you think? You not move because you put $1 million in the market. I feel like market is in the market now. Puts $1 million in the market. Therefore, market is going to respect my short. What is your inside a $6 trillion market? That's the question. What is inside a massive market? Let me even look at the market cap as of today. I know it would drastically reduce because of the price of BTC and stuff, right? But look at that. $3.6 trillion market. and it's still going to rise. What is your 1 million inside 3 trillion? Okay, what is 1 million inside even 1 billion? So your emotions don't mean anything. Your emotions do not mean anything in this market. You can see there's this new additional indicator here on CoinMarketCap telling us that the market is at oversold now, meaning all those buying here are very wise. Those who bought BTC from this demand zone are wise. And I wish that you were one of them. I wish you were there to buy BTC when it got to that demand zone. I wish you were looking at the higher time frames before going to those your lower time frames to trade. Because a lot of you, that's all you do. You just go into one little time frame. Just imagine. And then you are buying. That doesn't make any sense, does it? You need to have a full grasp of time frames. Understand that top down. Understand that, okay, if I'm going to be looking at the markets, I need to start from somewhere, at least from the daily or the weekly. It's either I use the weekly 4 hour and what? W4 15. Weekly 4 hour 15 minutes. Or I use the G15, which is daily 1 hour 5 minutes. I need to understand, okay, the overall market direction. Then the middle time frame in that equation, I'll use that one to analyze the market structure. And then I refine it to the lower time frame now to find my entry, to have a confirmation and to enter my market. That's if I see, let me tell you guys, I have a very simple trading system. It's not talk. It's about talk and do. I have it on the platform. Please, everybody, I left it for you guys because I know a lot of you need help in this trading thing. Trading is not a scam. Trading is a random game. It has to do with probability. Where did I even keep it? I think I left that video here so that a lot of you guys can come and watch it. I called it the game changer, right? How many of you were part of that call that day, please? How many of you were part of that call, the game changer video? Do I have anybody who was part of that call?
I was there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was there.
Who's speaking? Okay. I think no, it wasn't this. It wasn't this, right? Let me check again. I want to just like drop the link again so that all of you can go and watch it so that nobody will claim any. The thing is, what I learned recently was the fact that this market is entirely random, right? The market is a probability, 50-50 chances every single time. It is 50-50. What protects us and what keeps us in this game, right, is what they call that proper risk management. Aside risk management, my guy, you can't survive in this market. Now, let me tell you what separates you from a professional trader. The difference between you and any professional trader is the fact that he knows not to risk more than a particular percentage of his account every single time. He has that discipline. He has built it over and over and over again. He has spent years planning how he spends his money. He doesn't leave money on the table. He comes every single day. He puts a particular percentage of his capital into the market and then gains a particular percentage back. That's what he does every single time, repetitively. Boring, but it works. Very boring, but it works. Okay? But you now, you're not consistent. You don't think things through. You're always coming into the market and you want to make the most profit. With your small dollar, the professional trader probably has an account of 10K, 20K, 100K, 500K. He's trading with a system. He has a risk rule. He knows where to set his stop loss. He understands where to take his profit. He's trading with a system, with discipline. He's trading with a very sharp system, and you are there just randomly taking trades anyhow. You're risking $20 today, $10 tomorrow. How do you want to grow? What's your plan? What's your approach for growth? How do you think you're going to grow with that kind of approach? Right? The market will not reward the mediocre. The market is not, it doesn't reward it won't just reward you because you're a trader. No, it rewards the smart investors. Only those who are smart enough to understand that this market is a probability game. Okay, yeah, this is it. I believe this is it. Yes, 101 of the way I trade. Are you guys here? If I were you, I won't even beg you. Anyways, if you wish, watch it. If you don't wish, don't watch it. But for your sakes, right? Let me just drop this system again. Because I know, right? It's going to be a blessing to you as a trader. Just understand one system. One system is enough to make you money in this market. And then who knows, one day you now meet with an investor, a venture capitalist, somebody who has a hedge fund. And the person will now be like, oh, my guy, I see that you're a trader. Let me invest like $2 million. And then you're able to now take $2 million to 2.4 million. And he's like, oh, nice. Okay, now let me put $240 million in your hands. And then you're able to take $240 million to $250 million. And my guy looks at you and says, in fact, you know what? Let me give you $1 billion to trade with. Are you aware that people are trading 1 billion in this market? A billion. And they're not the owners. They're trading it for somebody else, for like high-end individuals. And they're making a lot of money. Like, I can only pray for that, right? But if it doesn't come, I have to figure out a way. I need to make money. To be honest with you, sometimes depending on sometimes I feel like, okay, I need to get a statement piece of my car. Other times I feel like, okay, let me just maintain. But at the same time, we need to make money from this market. We all need to make money. That's just the long and short of this thing, the summary of the whole matter. We all need to make money from this market. And to be able to make that money, my bro, you need to be smarter than every other trader. Be smart. Be wiser. Be sharper. Don't be the average. There are people outworking you. There are people outmatching you. There are traders like Ohajiolom there. They're there, smarter than you. They're making money. Tony Ikes, what do you call this guy? The Lingards, the Mairezes, the Fawaz guys. All those guys are there. They're outsmarting you. They built a system that helps them to trade. Oh my God, guys. I can't believe this, but who do we have on this call? My God, we have Anik Star. Anik Star is here. Anik, let me hear your voice now. Why you go just show like this? You know, we don't go hear your voice. Anik Star.
My boss.
You show like this.
Yes,
what a privilege.
I'm enjoying the class now.
Hey, I beg everybody. I'm sure everybody knows you already. In fact, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining the call.
You're welcome, my boss. We're there active.
I celebrate you.
No, let me mute myself so that I can carry on now.
No problem. Just make sure you share soap before you go. That's soap. Right now. Sharp. Alhamdulillah. I'm very happy. All right, so guys, this is all I'm saying, right? Before we make that big money, we need to be smart with the small money. We need to be very smart with the small money we have. You can't just be wishing. No, it's not a wishful game. We need to think about what needs to be in place for us to make money from the markets. To be honest, I get frustrated when I don't make money from the markets because I understand that there's only one job. It's for you to trap the market in your favor. So by trapping the market, I'm not saying that you should go and control the market and say, okay, I market must buy because I'm placing a buy. You need to react from a particular point of view. If the market is giving you signs to sell, make sure you're properly positioned for that sell so you don't miss out on it. If the market is showing you signals for a buy, position yourself for that buy. That is execute. Now, let me tell you, with these things I've mentioned, right? Let's not even look at these ones, right? These ones might be too noisy for you. Just have discipline, right? Have patience, have emotional intelligence. That's emotional maturity, right? And show up in this market every day. Do you know what you're ready to do? Be ready to execute every single day. Be ready to execute. The only thing that saves you from a gambler with proper execution every day is the fact that you are applying proper risk management. So just be ready to execute. Like you have a gun and you have like your cartridge ready, loaded. You have that trigger ready. Be ready to execute. Now, let me tell you guys something, right? If you are in the battlefield, like you're in the war front or the war line, or how do they put front lines of the war now, and you have like 28 bullets, or let me just use 10 bullets, because in this trading thing we have like let's just say we have like 5 trade rules, and then the 10 trade rules. Who can tell me, who understands this move? Who understands this? Who can tell me what this is? Who understands it? It means that in this one, right, you're willing to risk 5 times on that account, right? That's on your capital. That's what I mean. Okay, you're willing to risk only 5 times on that capital. So you divide that account. If it's $100, you now say 100 divided by 5, meaning you want only 5 chances. So 100 divided by 5, meaning that each trade now will be $20 on that account. So you have only 5 chances to either scale the account or lose the account. And then this other 10 trade rule. Sorry, I'm using, I don't know why I'm putting plural there. It's just the trade rules. 10 trades, meaning you want to risk 10 times on that account. You want to risk 10 times. So my guys, you probably need to be very, very good before you use only 5 shots. Now, coming back to that soldier I was talking about, imagine if you were a soldier on the war front, right? And you have enemies coming to attack you, and you only have like 10 bullets in your gun. Will you waste 5 bullets on one enemy you meet? I'm asking everybody, please. Will you waste, like, you have only 10 bullets, so will you now waste like 50% of that on one enemy? I'm asking you guys now.
No,
You can answer me.
no.
Is it wisdom or foolishness? Tell me now.
Foolishness.
Thank you very much. So you know that you don't know how many enemies will come, right? You don't know how many shots. You know that you only have 10 bullets, and you don't know how many enemies will come, and you don't know how many shots you will need to take to defeat all your enemies. But you just saw one person, and you wasted like 5 bullets on one person. Then what if 25 people now show? How are you going to get away from that? That is the reason why you need to be smart in trading. You need to understand that, okay, every opponent that comes, which is like every pair that you're trading, if the opportunity comes, you release 1 bullet for that one. If he miss target, you run, you wait again. Another opportunity comes to target that person, you waste back another bullet. Bam. But just make sure you're smart about it. You get me? Make sure you're very smart about the shots you're taking. So what will determine your profitability at the end of the day is the fact that you have a consistent risk amount, consistent risk, and that consistent risk will give you an edge, because at the end of the day, you're now able to make more money, right? Because we have something known as what? The risk-reward ratio. Risk-reward. Now, let me tell you something. Risk-reward ratio will work with your win rates. So everybody here, go and find out, what is my win rate? If I take 10 trades, what will be my win rate? You need to know that. Okay? Risk-reward ratio. If I take 10 trades, how many times am I able to win? So if you discover that you're only able to win 2 times out of 10 shots, my guy, target a bigger risk-reward. That means your risk-reward minimum should be 1:3 or 1:4. And you have to be what? Consistently doing that. This is the most I have for you guys tonight, though. Is there any question, my guys? Is there any question, please, before we end the call? Because I feel like I've overshot my time. Any question, my guys? Any question, please?
No, sir.
Okay. Big Predator says no, but I don't want to believe he's speaking for everybody else. We have Nami on the call, Raphael, Pide, Abdallah, Stephen Collins, Vic Cursor, Mary, Adediron, Seed, Via, Chinex, Fidos, Momzim, Awal, Justice, Tolu Lope. Mr. Tolu from London. Mr. Tolu, how you doing? So good to have you here. Fellow Care is here. Wisdom Boy, King Jinx is here. C is here. Zen, Awo Gold, Ahmed, Mo Umar, Sammy FX. And then there's a guy called me here. And then Madam Halima just joined again. So any question from any of you, please. Let me just ask me questions. Ask me questions, right? I've shared a lot of knowledge, and I'm going to drop the video after now. But please ask me questions. Ask me questions. Anything at all.
Risk reward ratio.
What about
Like
it?
my network is not well okay when you are saying something about it.
Why is your camera on first? Big Predo. What's your
Okay.
Thank you. So about the risk reward ratio, I said you need to discover your win rate first and foremost. When you know your win rate, meaning like in 10 trades, if you know that in 10 trades you're only able to win 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times, it will help you determine your risk reward ratio. For instance, if I'm looking for setups now, I'll now be looking for setups. For instance, if I have a 20% win rate, meaning I'm only able to win 2 times out of 10 times, I will now only deliberately be looking for setups that will give me 1:3 or 1:4. What does that mean? It means for every time I win, it will give me 4 times of what I'm risking. 4 times of what I'm risking. 4 times of what I'm risking. And that is the only way I will make money on that account. That's the only way I can grow that account, even after discovering that I have a 20% win rate. I hope that's clear.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So who else has a question? Please, any question. You can ask me questions about psychology. Like, I feel a lot of you, some of you were asking me questions like, you put in your best into this market and everything. What I need to tell you is that you need to believe in this thing, right? You need to psych yourself that this thing can actually pay off. So you need to keep showing up. Show up, never give up. A guy was failing at trading, right? Forex trading to be exact. He was failing at trading for over 6 years. Guess when he became profitable? The following year. He started making a lot of money. The same setups he was missing, because let me tell you, one of the major causes of unprofitability is that you'll be missing a lot of setups, or you're hesitating. You'll be hesitating, or you're missing setups. You just come back and say, why didn't I look at this? I didn't see this setup. Or when you see the setup, you see the opportunity, you hold back, you delay, and you forget that the market might not give you that opportunity again. Maybe you're already in a loss, and you needed that opportunity to give you, and maybe the trade was going to give you a 1:7 risk reward ratio. Then you missed the opportunity. So you failed to be profitable. Okay? Yes, any question? One last chance, please. All right, so guys, go and watch that video, like the video I sent on the community, right? And I'll be dropping this video as well. Okay, and fantastic. I'm so glad that you guys were able to join the